Right, how long have we got? Oh, he's going to be here soon. Oh, God. Oh, everything's ready. Everything's ready. Okay, good. All right, okay, we're good to go. Come on in. Come in.
Hello.
Hello. I am Paul McSpooky Splodge Hardy.
Hello, I'm Eli. Ooh, the Dead Zone Silverman.
Oh, welcome to our I Can't Be Arsed This Year Halloween special.
You really can't, can
Mate,
you?
no, mate, we've had the casino day out, we've had the Rendlesham Forest, we've done so many big things. I just thought, after last year's Halloween where I lost an arm, and then the year before that we went on the worst ghost hunt ever, I just thought we'd keep it simple.
It was a bad ghost hunt.
I just thought we'd keep it fucking simple this year.
Alright, fine.
So the fireplace is on,
Good.
right?
I can feel the warmth of the fireplace.
I've got a pumpkin with a candle on, crickle crackling away.
You don't, none of this is real.
Shut up! It's the real in the mind's eye.
I'm just not feeling very fucking Halloweeny, I'm sorry.
Do you want me to give you the willies?
I'd like you to give me the genuine willies. Hard willies.
Look, I thought what we'd do is today, I've got some spooky books.
Oh.
So I think of this as a Paul's Perilous page turners this week. You know what I mean? Paul's Peculiar page turners.
Paul's Phantom... Oh, no.
Phantasmagorical, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite have the alliteration, but it still has the...
If it was written down, it does.
It does if it's written down, but this is an audio medium.
Yes, it is.
So it's Paul's Perilous, Peculiar, Poisonous, Potentially...
Phantasmorgasm.
Phantasmagoria of a spooky
Orgasm.
page turner episode. So you happy with that?
Is it a cold open?
This
is it a cold and spooky open?
I'm in a cold spot. It's our cold spot open.
Yeah. A slimy cold. Mouth noise.
Mouth noise.
Should we start again? This bit. I think we should start this.
I think we should just go into
I really think we should start again, actually.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's been flat. I feel flat.
I'm not flat.
You're flat.
Pip pop, I'm not flat. Pip pop, I'm not flat.
Good.
This is our spooky Halloween episode, and we're doing it right now. I'm
Fine.
not redoing this.
Okay, fine.
Woo! I'm gonna put the
Ooh.
willies up you and in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the willies
Yes,
up in
you're
your
gonna.
mouth.
Yes, I'm gonna
And
knock
then
you off again.
Here we
Yet
go.
Again.
Yes. It's been a while.
It's for spectacular Halloween spodge off.
Yeah, and you're invited. I hate you and your fucking noodle posse.
People love noodles. It's just a fact of Cheap Show you're gonna have to learn to fucking accept.
Cheap Show. Off-brand brand off, off-brand brand off. Cheap Show. It's the price of shite. Paul Gannon. Eli Silverman. Welcome to Cheap Show.
And I go and I nuzzle.
Hello, welcome to Spooky Cheap Show, the economy comedy podcast where we go through the bog into charity shops and powerlands of this fair country and show you the treasure amongst the trash. And
Is it fair? Is it a fair society we live in, Paul?
Discuss.
I think a lot of people would question that very
Discuss.
that very thing.
Yes, discuss.
It's like Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Oh, we could do Squid Game.
You know what? Someone said to us recently we should do a parody and call it Quid Game.
Yeah.
And I was like, great, but that's where the joke stops because I can't think of anything clever. Couldn't. And besides, by the time we get round to it, it'll be like, oh, no one's onto Squid Game anymore. It's all some other bloody show. Cowboy Bebop.
I think it's funny how these podcasts actually spring up when there's a popular show like that.
The Squid Game podcast.
Yeah.
Because
There's
they
probably
know that's a
several,
good
aren't
way
they?
to get audiences involved when they go, here's a popular show everyone's watching, and now it's a podcast to go with it.
I know, but it's not a great foundation to try and build a long lasting podcast on, is it?
No.
Because it can only
And that's
be
why
about
Cheap
that
Show
one thing.
keeps on giving week after week
Well,
after
I
week
tell you
after
what, it's not
week after
giving
week
me.
after week.
Not
What?
giving me the willies. So I think we should have maybe some spooky music. Get ourselves
All right.
a bit,
All right, yeah, let's get the
Get a
mood.
bit,
I've got the fireplace on.
You've got the fucking fireplace on. That's
I've put a
established.
cobweb up.
Oh.
Although we are in the House of Pie and Mash or whatever it's fucking called, and you keep it in such a bad state of
Egg sausage mash.
yeah. You're in the house.
If we're talking about the reality of what's depicted in the painting there, it should be the...
We're in the ESM.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we're in the old ESM.
I've spooked it up by painting that sausage to be a zombie sausage.
It is a zombie sausage. I can see its
Pale
brains.
zombie sausage. See, I've put an effort
What does
in.
a zombie sausage say?
It says walls.
Walls. You know what, Eli? That's good.
Oh, that was
Good,
like
that one.
that was really from the subconscious straight to my
No,
mouth.
Good
that
one.
was.
Because I thought that was going to go perilously off the cliff. You know?
Now, the fireplace is on, Paul.
Yes.
But
Crickle, crackle.
I like the crickle crackle, what you've done with the imaginary pumpkin as well,
Yeah.
with the candle. Lovely.
See what I've carved into it?
What have you carved in? Pass it over. Shove
You
it
can
round.
see it's obvious.
Turn it round.
Yeah.
All right.
What is it?
It's a penis.
Yes, it's a penis. It's a spooky penis.
It's actually nice carved spunk
Bubble
droplets,
coming off, yeah.
Not bubble.
It's-
It's not a bubble, Paul. What is a spunk bubble? Listen, have you ever come and there's been a bubble formed out just on top of your meters, like a dome?
Yeah.
What is that? You've got problems down
I
there.
haven't.
You've got gas
I've
pockets.
just got to stop drinking fairy liquid.
Is that part of your peaky? You do fairy
Yeah,
liquid,
yeah.
little cup every morning.
For glands that do dishes are as hard as my groin.
It's
with
bubbly,
fairy
knobbly, joblop.
That makes no sense.
That's what it needed. It needed bubbly, nubbly jobloff. Now, it's not very Halloweeny, basically, is what I'm saying.
I know.
So let's have some spooky music.
Let's do it. What's the first choice to set the spooky mood?
It's
You don't know, do you?
do.
You're too confused.
It's a record I picked up recently, but I've known about the existence of for a while, Paul.
Mild green, fairy splodge off.
Bubbly, spunky,
Slob job. And you know what as well? I hope our international listeners are just going, what the fuck are they laughing at? Because
Wild green. That's quite Halloweeny, the fact it's green.
green spunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
It's
That's
my
it.
spooky gush love.
We fucking tied the circle in it now, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah, we managed to make that whole thing about drinking fairy liquid and cum in bubbles
Yeah.
Halloweeny.
We
so
did.
well done. No.
Woo.
So the first is it officially sort of a spooky Silverman's Platters.
Yeah.
So we do have a patron saint.
Yes,
Of
we do.
of this segment. Paul,
Yeah.
Traditionally,
Yeah.
that is Clyde McFatter. He's
Yeah.
no longer with us, but we can
No.
contact him
Via the dead.
via the dead.
Via ghosts.
No, the dead.
Hey, hang on. We've got Derek Akora's Sam. We haven't used him in a while. Let me just see if he's here. Sam! Yeah, Sam's here.
All right.
He said he never left.
I'll just sort of.
He
see
said
if
he
I can-
saw everything.
I can channel McFatter.
And,
Yeah.
and then Sam can speak to him.
Yes.
Okay, so Sam, can you come forward, please,
Just
Sam?
get him to. I'm almost going to get into being McFatter there, but
Right.
could you?
Is that not going to be troubling, considering, you know,
What his
ethnicity? Yeah.
No, I won't. I'm going to
You're just gonna
totally
keep it
skirt
neutral,
that.
voice
I'm gonna
neutral.
Totally neutral.
I would-
To be a spooky
I-
voice, Paul.
Good, okay.
Yes.
So, hang on, I'm
It'll
just
be my voice, basically.
Let me just
yeah?
speak to Sam. Sam,
He'll talk with my voice. Okay.
Sam, we're trying to reach McFatter. Can you help? Oh, he says he can. He's help channeling now. He's help channeling.
Hello. This is McFatter. What can I do for you? I had a long career. I was in the Spinners working with Harvey Fuqua, and I had several records throughout very major genres like R&B, rock and roll, soul, and even some disco stuff.
Sam's saying you sound like Grumpy Sessions.
I don't know what that is. I'm Clyde McFatter. I thought I was here to introduce the segment.
Please do, Clyde McFatter.
Welcome to Silverman's Spooky Platters!
Soul Dracula. Come in,
Oh, yes. So what was that first track?
That was Soul Dracula by Hot Blood.
Soul Dracula.
By
So
Hot Blood, it comes off an LP German band.
German band.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, tell us a bit more about this band, because have we used them on the show before? Because it sounds like Mephisto a little bit, doesn't
It's
it?
not Mephisto is
No, I
by
know.
Mandrake.
But they have a
And
similar
you know what
vibe.
Mephisto of totally? It's horror disco. It's the subgenre of horror disco.
Was that whole thing horror disco?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would have been, because it kind of leads into the next track we're going
I
to play.
love that.
but-
I love that as a genre.
Yeah.
And
There aren't that many examples of it, though, are there?
I think if
Not
you
without
just
getting really niche.
if you looked behind the curtain, you'd find a lot. There was a whole LP that was off.
And was it all horror based?
Yeah.
So-
It had a song called
Baby Frankenstein or something? What was it? My
a
Buddy
long
Frank.
playing record, Dracula and Company.
So it wasn't an album. It was like just maybe 3 or 4 tracks, like an EP.
No, it was an LP.
Oh.
Dracula and Company by Hot Blood. Disco horror songs on there. Baby Frankenstein.
Baby Frankenstein. Yes,
and
for sure,
blackmail.
baby.
I don't know what blackmail is. That horror?
It's either a kind of Hitchcockian thing
Maybe.
or a potentially racist song.
No, because like the horror genre, it's been defined different ways, hasn't it? The
Yeah.
whole genre of horror, and of course you have horror films,
Yes.
and then horror literature is different. Do you see
Yeah.
what I mean? What could be included as horror literature? Maybe. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Well, like Frankenstein's a great example. Is that horror? Is it goth?
what I'm saying is, Psycho is often put into the pantheon of horror films, whereas do you see what I mean?
yes.
It's considered a horror.
Well,
Psycho, but it's
at the
right
time
on
it
the
was
sort of
called a
dry,
thriller,
on the
wasn't it?
crime thriller edge
Yeah.
of it, isn't it? You
Because
see?
it has that pulp novel feel.
And it has no supernatural.
Not does it?
What, Psycho?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing supernatural in Psycho.
But yeah, I mean,
He's
I
insane.
guess. But the whole,
He's
yeah,
insane.
I guess. It does leave a little question though about whether he is genuinely haunted by his mother.
Why, at the end?
I've not read the book, and I think the book's probably a little bit more basic.
Yeah,
But
probably
the film,
not that great.
The film does kind of have a haunted house feel to it, though.
Oh, yes, he's using, definitely, he's
Horror
using,
tropes.
Yeah, he's using horror tropes, the haunted house, but he's
Yeah.
subverting it, isn't it?
Because it's more like a
work
pulp
of
crime
genius.
drama.
It's a fantastic film.
Yeah. Psycho, you know what it's most famous for? Featuring a toilet,
Yes.
which is much more on my
No,
level.
that was a big deal. She flushes it right at the beginning. You hear it
You should have
flush.
gone further.
You should have seen the turd.
You should have. You should have seen the
Janet
camera.
Leigh's
no,
turd
it's
going
This
down.
is Hitchcock. So it would have been classy. You would have had a
Alright.
camera face the wall, right, and then you'd hear a, and then a, bloop, and then it would pan
You
slowly.
have like a Vertigo style shot that's spinning from
Yeah.
above as the turd goes down.
Well, actually, it'd be very similar to her final shot with her eye in the sinkhole.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it would be a big turd in the toilet.
I bet he wanted to do that.
What, film Janet Leigh's
I
turds?
bet he did. He was a filthy.
Set up this camera.
What?
I want it underneath the glass table.
Yeah, I love Psycho. So with Hot Blood, Dracula.
Yeah.
It's not bad musically.
Did they do anything else, this band, Hot Blood?
No, it's just that one LP.
Was it like session players who got together, or was it
Probably.
like a
I mean, disco is the first time really when music started to become disassociated from any particular group of musicians. You see what I mean? They were
Right.
kind of interchange when things like in dance music or house or whatever now. The
It's-
sort of
the
the
sound
artist
is
name
more
is
than the artist.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Completely, and you could have different people performing.
Yeah.
And you not have a real band. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
That really started with disco. That's the first era where you just have a bunch of musicians and you'd have the different names
And then I guess you
associated
could-
with the songwriters or whatever. You know.
Because also disco became, in many respects, because of songs like this and things like Disco Duck, they became novelty songs in some respects as well.
It was a huge genre for novelty. It was such
and I guess for rap,
an
which is what would-
all-spanning genre. It just absorbed all these genres, didn't it?
Yeah.
Easy listening,
Latin.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Becomes absorbed, and that's why there was a
Soul.
backlash.
Well, yeah.
Soul really struggled. Yeah.
Disco was the Marvel films of its time.
Soul really struggled, and a lot of people, if they didn't get a crossover hit, they completely went into obscurity, which is like why the Blues Brothers actually resurrected those people's careers. A
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Which is amazing to think now. Aretha Franklin, you think she's an absolute, legend
yeah.
of music.
But
like-
at that time, she was struggling to keep herself relevant.
And it's because of disco. It's because they were kind of left behind. The whole R&B world was changing, and disco had a lot to do with it.
Well,
basically.
and Dan Aykroyd had a big part of, bringing that music to, I'm not going to say the mainstream, because it was mainstream, but, like to kind of remember, hey, look, remember these people?
Yeah.
Remember this music?
But it's just,
What?
Well, it's all to do with like the racism in America,
yeah,
the racist structures.
Yeah,
I'm reading
true.
a book about it now. Anyway, so It was a one-hit wonder. They're seen as a one-hit wonder.
Which is
for
fair
this
enough.
Hot Blood Dracula.
Well, great. I wish we could get.
I like the
Baby Frankenstein.
Does it go like that? Dun, dun, dun. It goes oh, and he's like, I wish. You know what? Mephisto has the edge.
It does because
Because it has that spunking bit. That's why it has that bit. Where he goes, oh, and she goes, I do want it or something, doesn't she? And he goes, oh, Mephisto. Hey, Mephisto.
And then you have that sound effect. That.
There's none of that on this.
No.
It's just
You
him going,
get-
He sounds pretty sleazy.
Yeah.
Dracula on this. But it'd be better if there was a bit where he goes, yes, no, you
Or
job me off.
I want to bite your neck.
yeah.
You know, something like
and
that.
have a lady go, instead of, she should go, ooh, I do want to.
Because that's what. Well, that's what happens in Mephisto, doesn't it? Because he's like, yeah, and she's like, no,
No. And then she's like, yes.
Yeah.
That's why it's really
And
disturbing.
then it's like, Mephisto!
Mephisto!
The Jeremy Beadle of horror.
So I
this
think
one's similar, but you're right, it
it's
lacks.
not bad musically, but I mean that Mephisto song has more structure and it's a bit of a better tune.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a bit of a better tune. This one's all right.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's
Yeah.
quite nicely produced, sort of,
No, as I say, lovely thing, but yeah, it was destined to burn brightly and then disappear forever.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our next track.
Just one more thing, Paul, on Hot Blood Dracula.
Just one more thing.
Weirdly,
Yeah.
if you go to Who Sampled, there's a band called Mephisto who sampled this. And that's it! Rotato turd, rotato turd. Potato turd. I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so the song I've picked to set the mood is something that we've talked about briefly in the show in the past,
This
but never
is a
covered.
doozy. This is right. It's so far up our street that it's sort of.
This is one of those songs that is both kind of well known and also not well known at all. Like if you caught it on the radio, which is very rare, you'd go, "Oh yeah."
Well, it was a big deal for me
Right. So you just
as
play
a
it.
child.
So we're going to finally get into the guts of this next track. You may remember it's from 1986 and it's called Amityville (parentheses House on the Hill) by Lovebug Starsky, and it sounds a little bit something like this.
Well, I was going to a party in Amityville. Matter of fact, it was the house at the top of the hill. But I would have never went for nothing in the world except I got an invite for one of my girls. When I got to the house, the grass was over the fence. The atmosphere around would keep me in suspense. So I rang the doorbell like it ain't no thing. And this gruesome guy came and said,
Hello, Starsky. I understand they call you the love bug. What a cute little bug. I'd like to put you between my fingers.
it's the house on the hill. Amityville. House on the hill. So he grabbed me by
It's
the
very
collar,
of its time, right? It's got that early. Well, here's the thing. So I didn't know much about the song. It's one of those songs that we watch Todd in the Shadows, and you think, why hasn't he talked about it on one of his
One Hit
Halloween?
Wonder.
Yeah, on his Halloween specials. That's because it wasn't a one-hit
One-hit
wonder in
wonderland.
America
No,
at
it
all.
was only a one-hit wonder here. Did it not even trouble the charts in America?
It's not. There's nothing about it in America.
Didn't even trouble the top 100.
It got to number 12 in the UK. That
And
song.
only 12 here.
And if you look at
I
like
remember it being like a number one. Because I heard it and I used to like kind of look out for it, and they'd play it 3 or 4. It was on
it
rotation.
was on radio a lot because there's also it's similar to Rockwell's "Somebody's Watching Me." Can't remember what came out first though.
Well, that's a proper song though, Rockwell's. This is like
No, but
Rockwell's
they're
Somebody
both
Watching
proper
Me.
songs.
No,
But they're both of the similar kind of 80s hip hop jerky
know-
rap feel.
there's no rap in Somebody's Watching Me,
No, but what I'm saying is
it's got that Michael Jackson chorus thing, which is sort of quite. Do you see what I mean? They're
Yeah.
different. I don't think Somebody's Watching Me.
But they're cut from the same cloth. We at least agree with that in terms of production and the sound of the 80s
It's in
and
the
that
era,
sound.
yes, but one is an out-and-out novelty record,
Yes.
directly referencing in the title an existing horror franchise.
Yes.
Right, and Rockwell's. That's like a song, kind of.
That's a novelty because it was a one-hit wonder.
Wasn't really a novelty.
It's not a novelty, but it was a novelty because it was a one-hit wonder.
Yes, and it has elements of horror novelty about it.
But it
yes,
always
it isn't-
turns up.
Look, if we've got a spectrum from like proper song to novelty song,
Yeah.
Amityville's right at the novelty song end.
Well, yeah, because it has like a Star Trek
That's what I'm
impressions
trying to
at the
say.
end and
That's
weird
what we'll
voices.
get to. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I think that's a really interesting element of the tune.
Yeah, but it's when you see like Halloween playlists, it's like it's always in there, Rockwell.
It is.
And then Thriller and Ghostbusters.
Yes,
and
but this
maybe
is,
Feed My Frankenstein.
Yes.
You know, and stuff like that.
Feed my
Frankenstein.
Does he mean what his bumhole?
No, he
or
literally means monster.
feed my monster?
And then I'm gonna eat you.
But Frankenstein doesn't eat anything.
No, I know.
He
but,
runs
you know,
on electricity, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't.
Frankenstein's monster.
I'd have
rather.
to look at the lyrics again to Alice Cooper's "Feed My Frankenstein"
He gets
to
a
really
big clamp
give
on
you
his knob, don't he?
who.
Frankenstein's monster.
I thought you were going to talk about Alice Cooper.
He gets big clamps on each bollock. And
Is that how he
He's
gets
got-
himself hard for the
you know
bride?
those screws on each side of his head?
Yeah.
He's got
Puts
those
him in his
outside of his
nuts. Yeah,
bollocks.
well fucking done for that comedy image. Hey?
Yeah, Frankenstein. Crank up
Yeah,
the knob.
Let's roll with that idea. So can you imagine the bride of Frankenstein on their wedding night? Oh, Frankie boy, get it up.
I need the spanner.
Crank it. What a lovely comedy moment. I'm moving on.
I'm Jemima.
No, her name's... That's it. I can't remember what her name is in The Bride of Frankenstein.
You fucking what?
Because The Bride of Frankenstein's in the film as The Bride of Frankenstein.
I've never
for all
seen
of,
it. I'd like to see it. It's meant
like
to be really
3
good.
minutes at the end.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
So it's like a plot twist.
It's like right at the very end, he goes, I've made you a wife
Yeah.
or something. And then she wakes up, she goes, oh no, it's a monster, I'm a monster.
But
Goes
she's
mad and then sets herself on
amazing
fire
image.
and burns it all down.
It's an amazing image.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm not saying it's not a bad film, but like The Bride of Frankenstein features surprisingly little in the plot.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I really want. That's one I should watch because I love the
Oh
original.
yeah, both of James Whale's. Is it James Whale? Yeah, James Whale horror films, the Frankenstein, and then that he did, back to back.
Okay.
Anyway, so Lovebug Starsky, who made that song.
He was a New York rapper. Is that
Yes.
right?
His real name is Kevin Smith, not the director of Clerks. Best known for his stage name, Lovebug Starsky. This is all taken from Wikipedia, just obviously. American MC. He began his career as a record boy in 1971 as hip-hop first appeared in the Bronx.
What does that mean, a record boy?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard that. Record boy. Someone who...
Is it someone maybe who looked after the records during,
who
like
plays the
mixing?
records, yeah.
Like someone has to protect
That's
the
the-
records
that's
or
like the-
organise the records.
No, that's-
when people are mixing and people are handing them records.
Perhaps that's it,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Perhaps it's-
for speed.
Yeah, the person who's organising the DJ's
So someone's
box.
just mixing and the other person's just handing them the record.
Who carries the box, sort of.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you know, please get in touch.
No, I've never heard that term before. It's strange.
He became a DJ at the Disco Fever Club
So
in
he became a
78.
DJ. So it does suggest you're sort of like a assistant, and then you move
move
up
on,
to
yeah.
actually playing the records
Yeah.
and cutting and scratching, obviously, as well.
Yeah. He is one of the two people, here's the thing, he is one of the two people who may have come up with the term hip-hop.
Yeah, that's a fucking crazy
Starsky
claim to fame,
claimed
isn't it?
he coined the phrase while trading the two words back and forth while improvising lines with Keith Cowboy of the Furious Five during a farewell party at a friend who was going to the army.
Yeah, crazy.
And then it kind of just talks about his music, and like the British group Mars would sample a song of his called Positive Life for their 87 track Pump Up the Volume.
Right, that's a great song.
Yeah.
That's my earliest probably experience of sort of
what, like sampling?
realising
Music was
the
sampled.
samples.
Yeah.
It's pure samples, isn't it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It's been a
You know,
while.
Pump
It's-
Up the
I
Volume.
know it, but I don't know how much of it.
He says he goes.
Bump
"This
up
is-"
the volume.
What does
bump
he say?
Up the
This
volume.
is a journey into sound.
Well, that's a British thing. That's a sample from a British. This is a journey into sound.
Yeah, all of those classic.
Yeah.
You know. It's a template for so much that came after. All I'm saying.
He recorded a song for the soundtrack of the '86 film Rappin', which is on Atlantic Records, and it featured this. He had an album called House Rocker, and that featured the song Amityville House on the Hill, a parody song named in reference to the film, the Amityville Horror, which was still reasonably popular. I think there was a third sequel at this point.
They have all sorts of sequels.
Yeah.
People don't talk about that. There's like Amityville Cop or something like that.
No,
and
there's like Amityville Dollhouse and Amityville Lamp,
Yeah,
or
they
the
just,
Evil Escapes.
It just becomes a.
So now, if you buy an object from the house, that's now got a demon
Right.
up its arse. Oh, I went to that yard sale outside the Amityville house, and I bought this unusually scary-looking clock. I'm just going to hang it here.
Yeah. So it's become a franchise. Has it got more sequels?
I think
than,
there was a
like-
remake in the early 2000s with Ryan Reynolds in.
Oh,
There was a
don't-
Amityville
was
film
that
that came
good?
out 2 years ago that
Was
had
there?
Jennifer Jason Leigh in, and no one remembers it got released
don't
at all.
remember any of
Exactly,
this.
because Amityville is just this reasonably baggy license that people can apparently snap up.
Is the first film good?
Yes and no. It's good in terms of it's a good tropey haunted house.
It's got
film.
those bits with the flies that are effective. Is
Yeah,
that right?
The thing is, it came out at a time when like horror
The
was
Exorcist
becoming
still big. Yeah,
it was off the back of that. It was like horror was real now. It was moving away from gothic and the overly kind of dramatic, melodramatic horror of Hammer films and Amicus and things,
Yes.
and was evolving. And so
With The Exorcist, yes.
The Omen, Amityville all fell into the kind of
modern day haunted house.
social
sort of.
realist thing.
Yes.
The Entity with Barbara Hershey is another great example of.
That's a disturbing.
And then Poltergeist.
Film. Have you seen The Entity?
Yes.
It's so disturbing. That film.
It's a very weird film with a very strange scene.
and
where,
it's like she's being that relationship she has with the doctor in it.
Yes.
It's like there's something. It's just nasty, icky
Well,
about
it's got
it.
the
Do you know
same
what I mean?
vibe as Exorcist in terms of it's got that science versus the supernatural feel that was
Yeah.
going on.
But it's not as good.
The
good
Entity
a
doesn't
film.
really stand up.
No.
And the last 20 minutes is pure fucking fantasy because
Yeah.
they recreate her house in a science
Yeah,
lab
it's-
so they can trap the ghost
and it
with
all
ice or something.
And it throws all the stuff
Yeah.
around. It must have had quite a large budget.
Although, because that was, again, because horror was kind of, I'm not going to say in vogue, but like those films were making lots of money. And
It's
so
quite
you'd
a
look for the next
fascinating sort of
similar
example, The
tale.
Entity.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I like it, but I don't think it stands up. Like a lot of films from the late 70s, early 80s, like The Changeling, and that, you know, ending with the Poltergeist, which
Poltergeist is fucking
because
great.
Poltergeist took all of that and then took it to the Amblin
Yeah, but
feel.
he also has a sort of Barnum vibe. Toby
Yeah,
Hooper.
yeah, yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? He can really. He's a real showman.
It's a nice.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like
He's a real showman as a director. He
Yeah.
can like really like just.
It's
pull
a
it
nice
out.
like spooker blast,
Yeah.
as Sam Raimi would call
but
it.
it has
kind
those
of.
elements, like you say, the social realist that had already been building up to
Yeah,
then, I suppose.
because think
That's-
about it,
yeah.
what horror was. Mythical monsters and upper class gens solving
Yeah,
spooky
yeah.
stories in the past, you know,
Yeah.
and then it became
The period
You know,
stuff, yeah.
it went away from big gothic mansions and then ended up as small houses
Yeah.
on new estates.
Yeah, which is
You moved the stones, but you didn't move the bodies.
Yes,
that whole thing.
But you
Should have done
It
that.
needed to do that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because you can't be scared. You know, Dracula, whatever. It's like this woman in a sort of, you know, like an old-fashioned dress and like all of this
Yeah,
stuff.
but
It just sort
horror
of
always-
removes it from.
Horror always really, when it's good, reflects its period quite well. And so when you look at like the 50s horror movies, they were mostly like big monsters, ants, you know, swarm.
Yeah, nuclear.
Yeah,
fear stuff.
and it all, and then like and then the 70s and 80s were all about the kind of upper mobility of the middle classes and things like that, and more realistic stories. And then when we get to the 80s, the fantasy came in, and Ghostbusters took the realism, the science of all those films, and then pushed it back into the phantasmic. So that's
yes,
why
but
it's
it was
got
a comedy.
Yeah,
Everybody, hello.
But Ghostbusters still has strong horror elements and still has a lot of Lovecraftian elements as well,
Yes.
which is, you know, not what a lot of horror was doing mainstream back then.
if
so
Dan
it's got this
Aykroyd had
nice-
anything to do with a film, he'd put something occult in it, like
Yeah.
Dragnet.
Yeah, he put a cult in
If-
that. But
I
he
mean,
didn't
that-
write that. He didn't write that, though.
He must have had some kind of hand in making it a satanic
I
cult.
don't
at the
believe
end.
so. I don't believe so.
Well, I think that.
Anyway, yeah, it was number 12 in the UK charts. Lovebud Starsky then sank into a cocaine dependency, was in prison for possession of illegal substances in 87, and on release in 91, he returned to DJing at the Disco Fever Club.
And then he died just a couple of years ago.
He
Is that
died of a
right?
heart attack in Las Vegas in 2018, yeah.
Yeah.
He died whilst moving speakers out of storage into his apartment.
Oh, that's sad. Very fascinating. Always have found this record, and I just assumed it was a huge hit because it was so big in my life.
Yeah,
I
but not
loved
really.
it for the novelty reasons, and it has a bit in it where a guy does just random
But
impressions.
is it him? Is it him doing the impression?
Well, you have to look at this. We
All
have
right,
to get to the
I'll
bottom
have
of
a
this,
look.
Paul, because I don't think it is. I think it's just like a guest who's like a voices guy who he just asked to be on the record.
Yeah, but who would that be, though? You know what I mean? Performer, guest star, Curtis Blow.
No, Curtis Blow is a rapper.
Words by M. Rhymes. I've read that wrong then. Producer, Curtis Blow.
Yeah, Curtis Blow's produced.
Stephen Loeb. And I thought that was Rod Hull, but it's Rod Hugh or something. But I literally read it as
Well,
Rod Hull.
who's the impressions guy?
It must be
Love Bug
Curtis
Stars?
Blow.
It's not. And what else does he do? He does Spock, or does he do like
He does
John Wayne or something?
But no, he does the Boris Karloff voice.
He does Boris Karloff.
But this is the other thing I was going to say as well was, isn't there an element of like, remember like when we listened to that thing about last podcast on the left, we were talking about, you know, hip hop and stuff, and they were saying how the early music was really cheesy and about monsters and Dracula. There was like hip hop Dracula songs and
Yes, well, gangster rap on the West Coast, they reckon
Started
with being basically novelty records.
and that would have been about the same period, wouldn't it? Early to mid 80s.
later.
Yeah.
Later
No,
80s.
that cheesy stuff would have been probably around the mid 80s,
Yes.
wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So that Starsky, that Love Bug
It-
Starsky,
it-
wouldn't have been so weird then as a
No,
result.
no, that's what I mean. Yeah. Hip hop had this whole period where there was a lot of novelty in it, wasn't there?
And
that was that period. Yeah, you're right.
But where was that novelty stuff played? Was it played in clubs? Was it radio play? It just seems like they were all kind of daft.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
It is
and then
funny.
it became more serious, obviously.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Who's doing the impressions?
I don't know. I don't know. Who did
What's so weird as well, I think it demonstrates the difference between the way Halloween is celebrated on either sides of the pond. Because in America, you can dress up like as a fireman.
And that's
For
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Or you could dress up as, a sci-fi character or
A muffin.
or anything. It's just the fact of your dressing up.
You could dress
see
up
what I
as a
mean?
big squeezy bottle of fairy liquid.
You see what I'm getting at?
My
It doesn't
dick
have
in
to
it.
be spooky. It's sort of
Yeah.
like just a costume.
Yeah.
Tradition.
It's just fancy dress, isn't it?
Although there's also the spooky elements with the pumpkins and
Yeah,
the monsters
yeah.
and witches and stuff. But here you would go, well, you have to dress up as something horror adjacent at least, or something spooky.
Yeah, but these days
But
it
so
doesn't
on
really
his
matter.
record, which is like a novelty horror rap record,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, do James T. Kirk. That's Halloween-y. Do you see what I'm?
Oh, I
getting
see
at?
what you mean. It was just like,
It
let's
doesn't
just...
matter. Just doing which is weird. It's such a weird thing about that record that he does James T. Kirk impression.
It's full
Spock.
of odd...
Does he go Spock?
Spock. Because there is that actor who's well known for doing impressions, and I forget his fucking name now. So it might have been someone like him. Yeah, Kevin Pollak was Woody Allen, William Shatner, and Columbo. Kevin Pollak is an actor. He's one of the things where you recognise his face when you see him, but he's like well known for doing Captain Kirk. So maybe he turned up to do a few voices on this.
I just find it mysterious that you can't find out.
Unless it was Lovebug Starsky or
Could
Curtis
be.
Blow. We don't know. Do you know?
It wouldn't be Curtis Blow because he was like a
rapper.
yeah.
I know.
He did
but
rapping for
maybe
Christmas.
he did.
was like one of those really.
Maybe
early
his
guys.
party trick was, hey, I can do William Shatner. You don't know.
I don't know that.
Anyway, I hope we've set the mood now.
Have you got the fireplace on?
I've not just turned it off.
Oh.
So turn it back on. There you go. It's
Oh, is
on.
it?
So,
Great.
so let's keep on with the spooky feel, and I've got some spooky books for us to read now. Should we do that?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. Turn it off. Oh.
So you've hit on my hideout, Mighty Max. Well, now it's gonna hit on you. Come, Max, meet my friends. That'll stop you playing with my missiles. Fancy a dip in the pool? Have a good look around, Max, cause it's the last thing you'll ever see.
Can Max angle his way out, or will he wind up as bait? His fate's in your hands.
Hi, Dr. Dreadful here, and this is the Dr. Dreadful Drink Lab. Makes lots of gross things that taste great. Magic liquid and care for a putrid potion?
Tasty.
Here, have a squirmy worm. Now Dr. Dreadful's grossest goodie.
Monster Wars. Excellent.
The Dr. Dreadful Drink Lab makes gobs of gross things again and again. Batteries not included. It's totally dreadful!
They are the most monstrous and gross. If you love slime, then it's about time for oozers.
It's slime time.
Oozers. Oozers. Oozing with fun, try squeezing one. They're oozers.
Monstrous fun, each sold separately.
Attention all Ghostbusters. Be on the lookout for haunted humans. Wanted, Granny Gross. She's no sweet old lady. Wanted, Tombstone Tackle. He's no hero. Wanted, Ex-Cop. He's not on your side. To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters. There's Peter, Egon, Winston, Ray. Each sold separately. They're running out fast.
Ooh, is the fire on?
Yes, the fire's on.
How are you going to blow off some
It's
dust in my
it's
face?
No, wait, just stop. Let me get to the bit where I blow,
Blow
the dust.
off.
Now, let me just go to my spooky library of haunted tomes and pull down a few books for us to investigate. Here's some.
Oh, it's spooky in here.
Yeah. Bit dusty. Let me blow off the dust.
Blow off the dust. Oh, it all came off.
It all came off. My dusty spores.
I know. Is there spores?
Yeah.
You can impregnate me in the mouth.
No.
Yeah.
Now,
the
young boy.
spores in the
Now, young
dust will
Eli.
come in my mouth, and then it will grow all tentacle things coming out my mouth.
Now,
all bubbles.
now,
flesh bubbles.
Master Eli.
All squirming in my
Shut
mouth.
up!
Ulcerous worm squirmer in my mouth. I'm trying to make it scary round here,
No,
right?
no.
That was scary. If
No.
someone blew some fucking spores off a book into someone's mouth and they got mouth pregnant with squid babies,
Yeah, you know what? When you put it like that,
Yeah.
it's a horrible. Imagine opening your mouth one day and like all these squid start
That's it.
coming
Get
out
some-
from the
get
gaps
some-
in your teeth.
Yeah. Exactly. So can we get some
What?
proper horror tropes going in this? The fire's on.
Yeah, the fire's on.
And that was well spooky.
It is, because the
And
crinkle
then you're
crackle
like,
of the fireplace.
library, I blow some dust off.
What have
Come
you
on,
done?
mate. I want to get the willies. I want to get the hard willies.
I've got 3
I
books.
want to get the hard, cold willies.
3 books I discovered in charity shops, and they're all spooky books. We're going to start with this one first.
Okay.
This one is one of these books I love finding in charity shops. It's a 70s supernatural book, but it's
Great.
hardcover, and it's got loads of photographs in, and it's got that nice 70s feel to it. Everything's
Coffee table book.
Yeah.
Sort of vibe.
It's called Great Hauntings.
It's a hardback.
And
If
it
you like to
features
see images of everything that
Yes.
appears on the show, you can go to our website.
our spooky website, thecheapshow.co.uk. Woo!
Very good. On message.
.com. In the popular tradition, ghosts are spectres of the dead who haunt romantic locations such as Glamis Castle and the famous Grey Lady. But spirits...
What's the Grey Lady?
It's a Grey Lady that haunts that castle in Scotland.
I thought he was listing another location. Like
No.
The Grey Lady, like a pub.
So it
That'd be a
features
shit name for a pub, wouldn't it?
the Grey Lady. I bet there is one.
What the sign, the Grey Lady, you could have like 2 ladies' legs, yeah?
Yeah.
Just cut off at the top, but then there's this huge...
Grey buff.
Just poking down. That's a great sign.
It's not, actually.
The
It's
Grey
actually
Lady.
really bad.
They called the Grey Lady.
Oh, we'll pop into the Grey Lady later
Under
when
the
she
merkin.
opens.
Kiss me under the merkin. It's a merkin.
I'd hate to be there for Christmas
That's why they call her the Grey Lady, Paul.
because of her merkin.
Because of her huge grey merkin.
Right, so what? In life, she had a merkin.
In life, she couldn't grow a single pube.
Right. So in death, she is forever looking for her merkin.
Yeah.
She can't
No,
find
she
it.
has it on.
Right.
And she brushes with you. If she brushes the merkin across your face when you were sleeping, you've been touched
You've
by
been
the Grey
touched by
Lady.
the Grey Lady and her
I think
merkin. And...
Grumpy Sessions actually appeared in a film version of that.
No, he was the ice cream man in that, as we
Oh,
all
I
know.
see, yeah.
Yeah. So in this book, it talks about the legend of Borley Rectory, which is like
That's a very
infamously-
famous one,
yeah,
isn't it?
We've covered that, I think, in the past somewhere along the line. American Spook Lights. I don't know what that is.
American Spook Lights.
That's all it says. American Spook Lights.
That sounds like a sort of impro school, doesn't
Hi
it?
everyone, yeah, we're the American Spook Lights, and we're gonna have some fun tonight. Can I have an object, please?
Yeah, it's a ball. It's an eye. It's a,
And we're gonna.
it's a butt plug.
And now we're gonna do this. Can you give us a genre, please? A kind of genre of movie.
Noir.
Porn. Oh God, we're gonna do a noir porn. Okay, everyone, let's do this before.
She came into the room spreading her big fanny legs.
Right,
open-
okay, stop it. Stop it now.
I said, what's a dame like this with a huge dildo hanging out her ass doing in a place like this?
He's bouncing around the room now.
Oh, come on, read us a ghost story then, Paul.
So this book is full of really interesting stories. It actually is reasonably well written. It's not one of these ones that goes, and there are many skeptics who don't believe this story. It's actually kind of like tonally quite neutral. It just presents these stories.
Well, it had, what was the phrase it uses on the back? It says,
What?
in the tradition. It says,
In popular tradition,
in popular
ghosts
tradition.
are
That's very
spectres of the dead.
distancing, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the whole argument of reality.
intellectually kind of
Yeah.
distancing yourself from the emotional parts of it. So this book's full of story about the Borley Rectory, which, to be fair, listen to the last podcast on the left, two-parter about that, because they go into enough detail to get a good idea of the story.
What do they think? They think there's anything
They think there's
that
something
is
there.
unexplained?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they unfortunately, most of the legend comes from Harry Price, who investigated it before it burned down in the 30s, and
Was
they
he-
believe he added
He
a
was
lot
a big
of
con man.
No, they reckon that he added a lot of unnecessary detail to the haunting, which kind of fudged a lot of the genuine stuff that was reported in the past. And people came to look poorly on Borley Rectory simply because
Could you
Harry
rhyme?
Price.
I want another rhyme.
Well, I'm going to get my confectionery for poor old Borley
Oh,
Rectory.
fuck off. I
Fuck
wish
you,
I'd fucking-
footballs, cock tits.
The Grey Lady brushes you with her merkin.
And then it talks about a German office which had its own haunting, which I might come back to another time and talk about this one because it's an interesting story.
Oh, that's in there. Yeah, that's a very interesting story.
To boil it down to the most basic elements, it's about this office in Germany that had this weird haunting, which means the phones are ringing all the time and the power wasn't working.
They've
and
got thousands of phone calls.
Yeah,
these weird bursts.
Yeah, that were coming from
And
inside the office.
No one can disconnect it or anything.
And yeah, it's a weird
That
story.
is very strange.
They think it's
They
poltergeist.
should do a film with that.
Maybe they have.
They
We
could do
don't
one a bit
know.
like Fincher's Zodiac, where it's just a bit unsettling and nothing really is explained.
Yeah, they could do something like that. But it's an interesting story. It does spin off into maybe a poltergeist tale later on when they think it might have been attached to one of the ladies who worked in the office.
What we're going to do to tell the story. Like they start getting killed by the phone.
No one gets killed.
The phone flies into her eye.
No. To be
the
fair,
skull explodes. And then there's a huge electric shock monster. And he's coming out. And he's like, ooh.
No, do you know what it sadly is? It's mostly, the story is full of mostly German office workers going, well, this would not do. It's literally like they don't...
They don't like
it's an annoyance.
The chaos of it.
Yeah. This is not good. It is affecting our business. Can we please sort this out? Yeah.
But what is the story you are going to read me today, Paul?
There's an interesting chapter in this book called Ghosts Without Souls. And what they're specifically talking about
are
ghosts...
a bit like No Face.
What's No Face?
Out of Spirited Away. It's a mask.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
It's just this void. It's a void.
It's not that. It's
like
more
a
like
ghost with no soul.
Ghosts of buses or trains.
Ah.
You know, things like that. And for some reason, pigs. They don't consider pigs have souls.
Well, that's the Christian tradition.
Is it?
Yes.
Pigs have souls.
No, that no...
Pig
this
has...
is how
no animal has a soul.
Yeah, only humans have
Well, then
souls.
why do they bother saving them for
God.
the ark?
Because
God
it's
just
nice
said,
to eat
"Fuck 'em."
them. They're there for you. All the seeds and the herbs are there for you and the pigs.
So this one story comes from the Tower of London, and it's a ghost without a soul, apparently, and it's an interesting story. I shall read it thus. So this comes from the Tower of London, which is, saturated with ghosts, apparently. It's
a very old
bursting
building,
with
isn't it?
ghosts.
Lots of murders, lots of
deaths,
executions and
many
stuff.
Mary, Queen of Scots, died there, didn't she, or
Beheaded.
something? Yeah. But she apparently haunts 3 locations around the UK.
it's
So she's
bullshit.
busy. I think it's the main ghost in the Tower of London and then some helper ghosts helping her out in a busy
No, but
period.
honestly, are there any ghosts whose hair could be pubic, keeps growing?
I
And
don't
is there
know.
any that have been depicted like with a huge bush?
There's been no study on ghost
engulfing you in their
pubis.
bush?
There's been no
I'm obsessed
study
with it
on
now. I'm
ghost.
just thinking these ghostly zombie-like figures with huge bushes dragging on the ground.
Paranormal
They're like that.
pubi.
Whoa, draggy bush mother. I'm sorry.
Right.
Continue.
So the man who made this entry is a guy called Edmund Lenthal Swift, who in 1814 was appointed Keeper of the Crown Jewels and was in the office until 1842. The account of what he saw on Sunday evening of October 1817 is best left to him. And now this is from him.
They don't have the actual date in October.
It just says October 1817. This is what Edmund says. I was at supper with the wife, our little boy, and my wife's sister in the sitting room of the jewel house, which is said to have been the doleful prison of Anne Boleyn, and one of the 10 bishops whom Oliver Cromwell piously accommodated there. Do you like the voice? Is it spooky?
It's working for me.
Yeah,
I'm
is
getting
it
the willies.
The doors were all closed, heavy, with dark curtains draped up front of them.
Oh, yeah.
The only light in the room, there's no...
Beef curtain.
No, there's no...
Sorry.
No pubis.
I'm sorry.
Hanging up.
I'm just can't stop thinking about it.
Can't stop thinking about pubi.
Huge ghostly grey merkins engulfing my face.
The only light in the room was that of 2 candles upon the table.
A flutter.
I sat at the front of the table, my son on the right, my wife fronting the chimney piece, which sounds fucking filthy.
Oh my god!
What's that phrase about?
It's just in front of it, probably. Yeah.
And my sister was on the opposite side.
Oh yeah.
I had offered a glass of wine and water to my wife, and when on putting it to her lips, she paused and exclaimed, "Good God, what is that?"
Spunk, love.
Oh, stop ruining my spooky story.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Try to not think about ghost pube.
Oh, spunk.
I looked up and saw a cylindrical figure like a glass tube. Something about the thickness of my arm.
Oh, the subtext.
hovering between the ceiling and the table. The contents appeared to be a dense white fluid.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not joking, this is what it says.
Oh.
Incessantly rolling and mingling within the cylinder. Do you know what this reminds me of, though? Just now thinking. Prince of Darkness.
Oh,
because in that there's a big cylinder that
but that's
contains
going to be a
evil.
scientific thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all quantum devil thing. But that's what I'm thinking of now. I'm thinking of a creamy white cylinder.
So bizarre. What is it, like ectoplasm?
It doesn't say. It just says it looked like a tube of swirling white liquid. This lasted about 2 minutes. When it began to move away from my sister-in-law, following the oblong shape of the table before my son and myself, it passed behind my wife, paused for a moment over her right shoulder, observed that there is no mirror opposite in which she could then behold it, though she's saying she didn't know it was behind her, I guess. Instantly, she crouched down, and with both hands covering her shoulders, she shrieked out, "Oh Christ, for it has seized me!"
With both hands covering her shoulders.
She grabbed the shoulders like this.
I hope this guy was a good guardsman or whatever, because he was a terrible writer.
She went, "Oh!" and grabbed
but
the shoulders.
why would you fucking say that?
Maybe it's how they wrote back
Like
then.
that?
Yeah.
Specifically, she went into the sort of
Yeah.
brace position.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
okay.
And says, "It has seized me."
The huge dildo filled with cum.
Even now, as I write, I feel the horror of that moment. I caught up my chair, striking at the appearance with a blow that hit against the wainscot behind her.
It's part of the room.
Whatever.
Wainscoting. I think it's that stuff, the boarding at the bottom, isn't it?
Okay. It then crossed the upper end of the table and disappeared into the recess in the opposite window. And that's the end of the story.
That is a good one, isn't it? Because it's very formless and it's not a soulless, but
Well, we just don't know what it
it
is.
has no specifics that tie it to one person.
No,
who's
he,
dead.
all he saw was apparently a glass tube full of spunk.
Yeah,
and,
floating
and
in the
and
air.
it took his wife from behind.
Yeah, I think there's sort of a,
What? What?
paging Dr. Freud sort of thing going on there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like, I was there. It was
Basically,
my...
I'd say, yeah, if I was the policeman, he's told him about that, I'd go, listen, son, wank it off. Just wank it off. Have a wank.
I've seen a spooky ghost,
Yes,
sir.
oh, come, Phil.
How dare you, sir, take my story for humour, for it is a true story of horror.
She
For I
was
saw...
fronting my mucky place.
Let me repeat the story again to you, officer. I want this taken down in the clearest possible manner. My wife, bent forward over a table, was screaming, "It has seized me."
And the spunk tube grabbed her.
Wank it off, mate. So there we go. Book number 1.
No, that was fascinating because it could even be reinterpreted by people who look at that now and saying, oh, it was some kind of thing that's not
Yeah.
supernatural. Do you know what I mean? Like some kind of time travel or
Yeah.
alien thing. You know?
Yeah,
It could
we
fit
just
into
don't know.
those things as well.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be anything. But in our minds,
It could be
it's
some kind of
a jar
atmospheric
of spoff.
effect or something, you know?
Could have been a tube of wisp of air or something. We
Yeah.
just don't know. We just
Little
don't know.
cyclone, maybe.
Yeah. Book number 2.
Oh, he's been peering out at me. That's been giving me the willies.
Yeah, it's called Ghost Hunting with Derek Acora, star
Oh.
of TV's Most Haunted.
He didn't fucking write this either, did he?
I bet he did. Or certainly he sat in a corner drunk, recounting it to someone as
Yeah.
they typed it down.
Yeah.
And then fucking Sam, he fucking...
All that shit.
Yeah, so...
Look at him peering out.
This book is a collection of his adventures as a ghost hunter, his stories. And I was reading through it very briefly, and they're all kind of the same. But this one might be the dullest ghost story I've ever fucking heard in my life. Would you like to hear it?
I'm ready.
So,
It won't give
it's
me the
called
willies.
A Call
His
to the
big-
local radio station. And you can imagine his face.
Look
and
at his fucking face looking at me.
and I will adjust my Scouse accent to fit the book.
Okay, good.
I recall being contacted by a DJ called Peter from the local radio station. A lady called Sandra had written to him from her home in the Wirral. Yeah, that's where I'm from. Me, Paul, not Derek.
Come on, I like the
to
accent.
tell him that she was being bothered by strange occurrences in her kitchen. Lights would be switched on and off randomly. The kitchen was always cold no matter what steps she took to heat it. And she was also aware of a feeling of being watched when she was in the room. She was very worried and asked Peter whether he could help by contacting someone who might be able to help her. I arranged to meet Peter at her house later that week. We arranged at the appropriate time outside a modern, semi-detached house, no more than 10 years old, and we were met at the door by Sandra. See what he's doing there? He's saying, see, ghosts can be anywhere, not just old castles. It's even a modern house
can
like
happen
this.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ushered us into her bright sitting room, where she told us of the curious event she'd been experiencing. I asked Sandra to take me to the kitchen area. Immediately, I entered, and I felt... Sorry. I entered, and I felt the atmosphere change. I doubt whether this could have been picked up by any equipment, but it would easily have been discernible to a sensitive
completely
such as
unprovable.
myself.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't be able to do it with science.
Yeah,
or actually
but
tell
I
whether
felt
that-
it because I'm special.
Yeah. You
However,
fucking tingled.
the sudden and dramatic drop in temperature would easily have been registered by even the most rudimentary of thermometers and would have been noticeable to anyone walking in the room. I looked around.
There was a draft.
And there was all the usual items in the kitchen, a cooker, a toaster, a washing machine, etc. My attention was drawn to the refrigerator, which was standing in a small alcove
come
next to the
on.
back door. You've had problems with your freezer, haven't you? I said. Yes, said Sandra.
No, this is...
There have been countless problems with it, and yet the engineer could figure out nothing wrong with it. I think you'll find, I said, that your problems are being caused by a man in spirit, which is how he talks about dead people, who has had links with this house,
and lives in the freezer.
but with a building from a previous time on this land.
Oh, my word.
She agreed that before the small housing estate in which she lived had been built, a farmhouse and outbuilding had stood on the land beforehand. I described the man to her, and although she said she'd never met the farmer, of fucking course.
Why could she fucking meet the
Why
fucking
would you meet
farmer?
a dead farmer who hasn't been there for fucking years?
Because he thought maybe you recognised him from poking his head out the fridge and going, all right.
All right there, mate, calm down.
Oh, I've got a fucking cow here.
She was
I'm a
well
farmer.
aware that, okay, so even though she'd not met the farmer or knew him, but she was aware that he had a bad temper and no one was welcome onto his land.
He makes the freezer cold.
So what, you come back from the dead to fuck up with someone's freezer? Anyway, I told Sandra that after he had passed to the spirit, he very much resented the fact that a distant family member had sold the farmhouse and the property to a developer. He was demonstrating his displeasure by coming into her house and playing with her refrigerator. I know you have 2 children, I said. Would one of them happen to be a very sensitive boy? And she agreed that her son was indeed a most sensitive and shy child. The spirit man is using Adam's energy to help him in destructive ways, I told her. The way to go about this is for me to get close to Adam's psychic energies and absorb them away from the man. He will then be unable to get up to his tricks because he won't be strong enough.
And she said, get the fuck out of my house, you fucking... Well, maybe she was Irish.
Literally, he says, Sandra was a bit dubious.
Don't touch my fucking son.
As she thought that his son might have to take part in some ritual, but I assured that all I would need to do is meet Adam and hold his hand for a moment or two.
Oh, God, it's
She
just
was relieved.
nasty.
Sandra agreed I should meet again when Adam and his sister was there. I warned that it would be best to empty the fridge freezer and turn it off until I returned, as I felt that the spirit man, knowing I was about to cut off his energy, would attempt to cause a big problem with the piece of equipment in one last act of defiance.
This guy's such a fucking hack.
It's like, you know, at least in
Terrible.
Ghostbusters, she opened the fridge and there was a demon
Yeah.
dog inside. It's like, no, he's an angry farmer who hates your fridge. I was happy to report that after meeting Adam and his sister, I was able to put the end to the problem that Sandra and their family had been experiencing due to the old farmer.
And then I went, that's 500 quid, love.
Yeah, right. So that's basically the story.
Fuck him. What a horrible con. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like con
Well, I
man.
shall be talking about him and my experiences with him in my forthcoming book, Paul Gannon Ain't Afraid of No Ghost.
Okay.
On Unbound.
That's some things
Link
to
on
say.
our website. I've not much to say. He was a psychic, and I consider them all frauds.
Yeah.
Nice guy, but I think he was believing the shit he was peddling. There,
You think he
that's my
believed
opinion.
it?
Yeah. So we have one more book to end this spooky Halloween session. Are you ready?
I have to say, Paul, I will not have been scared, except by my own imagination of the Merkin tribe of Merkin zombies.
Well, stay tuned because
Are
for
there
our
any in
next
this?
book, you're going to literally
Is
become...
there any muff hair in
No,
this?
yeah, fucking... Woo! You fucking ruined that.
Fuck you.
Creepy crawlers, you can make a bug, make a worm, make a slug. Creepy crawlers.
How creepy can you make them?
Not creepy enough.
So get busy. Pour the plastic goop. For gory details, use goop effects. Once the hideous bug maker does its work, you'll have stomach-churning, disgustingly realistic bugs.
Now that works.
What could be creepier? Creepy Crawler's Bug Maker, light bulb not included, refills each sold separately from Jack's Pacific.
Over here, I'm a boglin. Me and my buddies need a place to hide out. Come a little closer. Oh, did I scare you? Oh, I do that so well. If you take us home, we'll kiss your Aunt Martha. We'll eat your peas. And we hope you know lots of girls. The name's Boglins, each sold separately, and we're looking for good homes. Maybe yours?
I heard him yelling in the castle. Fix me. His name's Big Frank. Fix me. I said, I'm going to fix you. No talking monster, Big Frank.
I'll fix you, Big Frank. Monster boy fixed. How you feel now, Frank?
It's always fun to fix him. My talking monster, Big Frank.
Thank you. Big Frank talks and his eyes light up. Batteries not included. Fix me.
This next book, Mr.
Are
Silverman,
you going to blow off?
gives you the chance to be a ghost hunter because we are going to be playing Choose Your Own Adventure 52 Ghost Hunter by Edward Packard, the originator of the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
It's either one, because there were a few authors who wrote them, weren't there?
Yeah, but he was the guy who started it all off.
It all
Certainly
off.
mainstreamed
And
it.
was he somehow associated with role-playing games?
No,
earlier on?
there's a really good video on Toy Galaxy recently about this chain of books, and they talk about how basically he used to read a guy used to read stories to his kids at night, and one day he ran out of ideas. So he said, "Well, what do you think they should do next?" And he went, "Oh, that's good," and then developed it.
And that's the end of this low-key cheap show Halloween special. Ooh, did I give you the willies?
No.
Did I give you a
Half a willy.
I gave you half
semi willies.
Semi willies. Yeah, I gave you the semi.
I was scared by my own vision
Of
the
Merkin
Merkin zombies. The
Mer-
grey lady and her Merkin of
Yeah.
doom.
Jerkin to Merkin.
I will be.
So, if you'd like to support us on Patreon, it is patreon.com/cheap show. Give what you can, but only if you can, and if you decide to. There's access to videos and magazines and behind-the-scenes stuff and extra podcasts.
stuff. Thank you
Lots
so
of
much.
lovely extras for you to dive into if you
For
decide to
supporting
join the
us.
fold. Pictures for this episode are on our website, thecheapshow.co.uk.
Who's? You keep saying someone's about to turn up? Keep looking at
Yes.
your watch.
I
Why do you
know,
keep
I
looking at your
know.
watch?
I'm
Who's
expecting
coming?
someone.
Who? What? Why haven't you told me about this?
I've got a confession to make.
What?
I've got a horrible
Who's coming?
truth to reveal.
Who's coming in the house of eggs, mash, and sausage? Tell me. I mean, why? This
Shut
is
up
out of the
going
blue.
on about it. It's really hard to fucking tell you who is coming when you keep fucking going on about the question itself.
But who is?
So, have you ever wondered how we got the podcast back?
I have, you know. What? How did we get the podcast? I thought we just dropped it as a sort of gimmick thing a few weeks ago.
I spoke to Biffo, and while I was there, he said he'd be happy to give me the podcast back
Fine,
completely
good.
if I did one favour for him.
What's that?
Okay, so not him directly. I said I'd do a favour for someone else,
What?
and then we'd get our podcast back.
Fine, we've got it back then. You did the favour, yeah? You did it.
I'm about to do the
Well,
favour.
who? What?
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
I don't like what you're saying. What do I have to do? Who's that?
This is the favour. Come in.
Oh, hello, it's me. It's the Venus. The Venus is here.
Paul, what the fuck is Venus doing here? I don't like this. Why is he in here?
I made a deal to help Venus, and if I did this thing, we'd get our podcast back.
I'm not-
And I said I'd do it at Halloween when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. And so, Venus, you tell him what you want.
Venus wants your eyes, Eli. Eli's? And the beans?
What the fuck is he? What? Paul, he wants my eyes. I don't understand.
I said I'd give
Fucking
Venus
you did what?
your eyes.
Well, I'm going. I'm leaving.
No, get back here. Come in. Stay there.
Fuck off.
Stay there.
Oh.
Venus, tell him what you need the eyes for.
What does he need the eyes for?
The bean demon wants your eyes?
What's the eyes for beans? Is the beans for the bean demon?
He wants my eyes to start some kind of apocalypse based on beans.
Yes, and your eyes are going to be the keys to
No!
opening that portal. I just need. I'm sorry. I said
You're
I'd
on
do
my
it.
shit list now.
I
You know
said
that,
I'd do
Paul.
this. I said I'd do this. Just lie down and,
No,
and take it like
I will not.
Come on, lie down. Do it.
Get off me.
Oh, it's scooping time. Scoopy
Just
doo.
fucking stay
Scoop,
there.
scoop,
Stay,
scoop.
stay
Still
still.
scoop the bean
Stay
eyes.
still. I'm gonna have to gag him.
That's
Stay
it.
there.
Right in the socket. Right, yep. Oh, scooping. Scooping now.
I'm sorry, Eli. I'm sorry.
Right in there. Yes, get right in there. Get right in there. Oh, the bean eyes. He's got a lovely scream, isn't he? Oh, I like the scream. Oh, it's getting wet, isn't it? Oh, look at all that juice.
Here you are, O Venus Lord. Take these eyes and do as thine will.
2 beautiful bean eyes for the Venus.
Now with these, I can bring about the bean apocalypse on Earth, and the beans